Hi, this is Dominic speaking. So I'm going to present you a video of a benchmark that we did against the business components framework. So basically, the example here is 4 tests of each kind of framework. The first one will be with the business components, and the second one, the first one is business components, and the second one will be with Pegasus framework that we developed. Each test contains 3 iterations each. The business components test contains up to 30 components inside the test. So let me start it. You have a stopwatch at the bottom right corner, so you can follow the time it needs to execute. Let's start it. So when we start the business components framework, you can see that there is a lot of overhead to download each time. There are a lot of assets inside each components used inside the test. So each and every component needs to be downloaded to UFT in order to be executed again. So each example will have UFT not launched, so it's going to be launched as well. So you can see that it's downloading resources in the process. And here you can see that the time stops because I just want to tell you that the time stops because it's UFT that's taking all the CPU power. So, but it's still running in the background. Time is right, but it ends. It stops for the front end. So again, we're doing just a simple test to get the flight with the flight sample application, and we're validating the total. We're getting the information from the UI, and we're doing it a few times. And we're trying to see here a difference in the timing against the business components and Pegasus framework. So I'm not going to present you the whole thing so I'm going to fast forward most of them because I don't want to lose your time. And so each and every iterations is mostly the same with different data. And you can see that here for one of the execution of one test, I've allowed the UFT to be on top, and you can see that it's downloading. It's opening one component each one at a time. So that's one of the particularity of the UFT, the business component framework. So, and this takes a lot of time. You can see that after 6 minutes, 7 minutes, it's going to take up to 8 minutes to execute 4 tests with 3 iterations each. So that's 12 iterations with a simple test, a really simple test. And I'm just going to wait for the whole thing to stop. Loading the report. So the real time is 8 minutes and 18 seconds. So this was with business components. Now let's go with Pegasus framework. Pegasus frameworks is exactly the same 4 scenarios with the exact same user actions. Let's start this. Again, UFT was not pre-launched, so the same environment is used for each example. And you can see as well that with this framework that in the first test, when it's connecting, it doesn't have to download a lot of assets from the business components. It's already running. And it's already running after 30 seconds. And if you notice with the business components framework, it was running the first iteration after 1 minute or more. So it's doing basically the same thing, same action, validation, and I'm going to fast forward the whole thing. You can see here when UFT is in the front, you can see that it's only the one-liner that we showed before, that Clemente showed you before. So the activities in UFT to do, he can execute the code faster. This is the last test, and this is the last iteration, and you can see that the time is almost is below 5 minutes, and it's going to stay below 5 minutes. So all the test runs are passed. And bottom line, so with business components, it took 8 minutes and 18 seconds, and with Pegasus framework, we did the exact same thing in under 5 minutes. So that's a difference of 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's 40% faster.